Greetings, salutations, respect, and love. I am Scott, and you have wandered onto the #1 prog rock channel on all of YouTube, coming at you straight from BFE, Ohio, where today I'm going to be ranking every Guided by Voices album, all 40 of them, man. It's going to be awesome. There was one I was missing, so yeah, you know, this band is so prolific that I'm probably going to have to re-rank their albums every couple of years. I already did it once, but, you know, that was like 2 years ago, and they put out like 20 albums since, or something like that. So we are going to be ranking all 40 of the Guided by Voices albums, so we are not going to be looking at any of the live albums. Like Jellyfish Reflector or Ogre's Trumpet. Yeah, so none of the live albums will be included. None of the compilation albums will be included. King Shite and the Golden Boys, because I don't curse on the channel. Not including that. Scalping the Guru, another fantastic compilation of earlier stuff that appeared on EPs. Not including that, although I probably should. And if you know the band, you know they put out 4 briefcases and box, what was it called? The suitcases, right? And then they had a vinyl version called the briefcase. There's 4 of them. All 4 of them are these box sets. I've got #2. The first one got stolen, and I really need that. But these things are all like 4 CDs, 25 songs on each. So each of these suitcases has 100 songs on them. There's been 4 of them, so that's 400 extra songs floating around. And I'm telling you, that first suitcase, man, 100 songs, and I like 95 of them, just amazing. So I need to find another version of that. But you know, Robert Pollard does so many different side projects. It's not just the Guided by Voices and the Robert Pollard solo albums, which I will be reviewing soon. But man, I need to find a decent copy of Fiction Man for under $150. Maybe you guys can help me out with that, because I found one on Discogs, but it's like $150. That seems a little bit steep. I don't know. I'll probably have to get it either way, so I can rank the Robert Pollard albums at some point. Yeah, but we're not looking at Circus Devils. We're not looking at Boston Spaceships. We're not looking at Cash Rivers or Cub Scout Bowling Pins or ESP Ohio or Cosmos or Ricked Wiki or Airport 5 or Go Back Snowball or Hazard Hot Rods, Howling Wolf Orchestra, Lexo and the Lepers, Lifeguards, Mars Classroom, Phantom Toll Booth, Teenage Guitar, Rip Van Winkle, Psycho and the Birds. Not going to be looking at any of those. We're just looking at the 40 studio albums from Guided by Voices. And yeah, I am using Wikipedia's list. They list 40. I'm going with 40. So if you want to follow along, go on Wikipedia. And here we go, boys and girls. At number 40, it's Please Be Honest. This thing came out in 2016. It was technically the band's 23rd album, and this came on the heels of all the reunion albums where Bob brought back the original band and did a bunch of albums, and then he fired the band, and he did this all by his little lonesome. This is actually a Robert Pollard solo album, but it says Guided by Voices on it, so we're calling it a Guided by Voices album. Couple good songs on here. My Zodiac Companion, Kid on a Ladder, Glittering Parliaments. Those are good songs, but hey, something's got to be at the bottom, and that's it right there. And at number 39, boys and girls, their 22nd album, it's Cool Planet. This was the last of the reunion albums, but instead of Kevin Fennell on drums, here we got Kevin Marsh back in the band, who's been in the band ever since. Again, not a great album. I do like a couple songs, though. I like Authoritarian Zoo is good. All-American Boy is good. That's a Tobin Sprout song. Males of Wormwood Mars is good. But overall, I'm not a huge fan of Cool Planet. I need to go back because some people really, really like it. Maybe I'm missing out. Who knows? Yeah, so at number 38, we're going to go all the way back to the band's second album. And we're talking about Sandbox. After their debut EP and their first album, Bob decided he wanted to try to sound a little more slick, so he went in the studio and tried to record a regular sounding album. A couple good songs on here, but overall it's not great. I do like Visit to the Creep Doctor, Lips of Steel is pretty good, but overall this album is a disappointment and the worst of the early Guided by Voices records. Next up at number 37, we're going to go with a more modern one. This comes from 2019. This was the 6th of the new Guided by Voices albums. They've got 17 albums out with this new version of the band. They've been uber prolific, and my least favorite of them is Sweating the Plague. And that makes me sad because this is kind of there's some prog elements on here. But overall, I don't think the songs are as good as they should have been. I do like Sons of the Beard a whole lot. That's great. My Wrestling Days is a good song. Your Cricket, that's a cool song. Your Cricket is rather unique. That's the back. Yeah, a decent album. You know, Guided by Voices never put out a bad album, so this is unfair. But, you know, somebody's got to be towards the bottom. And at number 36 from 1987 is their debut album, The Devil Between My Toes. And this is a cool album, man. This is a decent way to start your career. You got the chicken on the front. Bob's always singing about chickens. Some real good songs on here. Old Battery is good. Cyclops is good. Hey, Hey, Spaceman is good. Captain's Dead. Hank's Little Fingers. Yeah, debut album, not bad at all at number 36. Okay, at number 35, boys and girls, are going back to, well, these next few. I think a lot of these next few are going to be from the new version of the band. And at number 35 from 2020, I'm going with Styles We Paid For. Cool album cover. Kind of like the mods on the album covers. A lot of fun. But there's not a whole lot of there on this album. I'm not loving it. Mr. Child was the first single. I liked it. Megaphone Riley opens the album in a decent way. Liquid Kid's a good song. I guess they've been playing that live. But overall, yeah, number 35. Okay, at number 34. This came out a couple records later. This is, in fact, their 34th album. The 11th of the new version of the band, and it's not them, it couldn't be them, it is them. Not a big fan of the album cover. I don't know what we're doing here, but there's a couple good songs on here. Psycho House I like a lot. Spanish Coin, I Want a Monkey's a lot of fun. My Limited Engagement, that's a fun song. But overall, a little bit of a disappointment, sounding a little samey here. And at number 33, another one from the new version of the band. This from 2020, their 30th album. Their 7th album in the reunion, or the new version of the band. I don't want to call it the reunion period because that's a different version. But I'm going with the Surrender Your Poppy Fields. I think it's better than Sweating the Plague. I saw these guys right around this time at Heatfest, and it was a lot of fun. Volcano is amazing. Love it. Queen Parking Lot is fantastic. Steely Dodger, cool album. I do like it. But you know, I love this band. There's no bad albums in the catalog. Absolutely. At number 32. From 2023, the band's 37th album is La La Land. They put out 3 albums in 2023, and this is their 14th overall of the new version of the band. So prolific. This one is kind of a cool record. Insect Dwelling I like a lot. Released into Dementia's cool. Wild Kingdom's a good track. The artwork's fine. Decent little album. Not bad at all. We're getting really good here, though, now. From number 31 on, I really like all these albums. At number 31 from 2013, the band's 20th album, yes, English Little League. This one I didn't like at all at first. It really did grow on me. Songs like Xeno Pariah I liked right away. But there's some really cool things like Flunky Minnows and Biographer Seahorse. Island, She Talks in Rainbows. I guess that's a Tobin Sprout song. That's the nice thing about these reunion albums. You get a little respite from Bob with the Tobin songs. Kind of gives it a little bit more light and shade. But that's English Little League. Okay, at number 30, we're going back to the new version of the band from 2023. I'm going with Welsh Pool Frillies. This is kind of like the live in the studio album from this new version of the band. I guess they just hit record and started playing in a basement instead of doing, file sharing type of stuff here. Meet the Stars, a good song. Romeo Surgeon, Rust Belt Boogie, Radioactive Pigeons. Some good songs on here. I like it a lot. That's Welsh Pool Frillies. Okay, at number 29, another one from this era of the band. It's their 39th album. It came out in 2023, and it's nowhere to go but up. Yeah, I do like this album. This kind of was the album that's leading up to their latest and 40th album, which is amazing. It's going to be pretty high up in this ranking. The Race is On, The King is Dead, fantastic. Puncher's Parade, I love it. Jack of Legs, Cruel for Rats. It's a weird album cover. Don't really know what's going on there, but it's a good album. And I got it at number 28. No, 29. Number 28. Here we go. Oh, let me get... Oh, come on. There's a lot of vinyl I gotta deal with here. At number 28, the second of this version of the band, their 25th album overall, and it's How Do You Spell Heaven? Oh, what a great album. It's got the Birthday Democrats on it. It's got King 007, which is a fun song. There's a Doug Gillard instrumental called Pearly Gate Smoke Machine. That's a lot of fun. Cool album. The second album of this version of the band. Really, really good at number 28. At number 27, now we can start talking about these reunion albums a little bit more. The first of them came out in 2012, the band's 17th album overall, and it's Let's Go Eat the Factory. Yeah, I like this album a lot. I didn't really love it when it first came out because we'd gone like 8 or 9 years without Guided by Voices, and then we get this. Honestly, I was hoping for a little bit more, but you've got Donut for Snowman on here. Man, what a great song. The Unsinkable Fats Domino. It makes me think of when they went on, what show was it on? And Greg Demos, like Falls. I forget, Greg Kilborn or something like that. And he wipes out in the middle of the song. It's a lot of fun. Chocolate Boy's on here. Tobin Sprout has some really, really fine songs on here. Really helps the score of this record. Waves, Old Bones, Who Invented the Sun. Really good tracks. Okay, that's number 27. At number 26, let's go with Warp and Woof from 2019, the band's 28th album, and kind of a return to the shorter songwriting. Apparently, this was preceded by a bunch of EPs, and then they sequenced them and put them on a 12-inch. So GBV fans knew these songs already before this album came out, and there's some good songs on here. Dead Liquor Store, my favorite on here. Blue Jay House, really good. Cohesive Scoops, fun little song. Yeah, Warp and Whoop, good album. At number 25. Oh, yeah, number 25, boys and girls. It's the band's 4th album and their first concept album. It's The Same Place the Fly Got Smashed, a very strange album where you got hard panning. All the guitars are on the right and, you know, the vocals are on the left. And it's a harsh listen, but there are some amazing, amazing tracks on here. None more important than Drinker's Peace. Pendulum's on here, Ambergrass on here, How Loft Am I, Blatant Doom Trip. Come on, man. Good album, but Drinker's Peace is the one, the absolute keeper. So good, I love it. And that's number 25. At number 24, it's the second of the reunion albums from 2012. The band's 18th album overall, and I'm going with the Class Clown Spots a UFO. I do prefer it over Let's Go Eat the Factory. I think the songs are a little bit sharper. The production's a little bit more modern sounding. It doesn't sound like we're, you know, stuck in the 90s anymore. Some really, really good songs. The title track is just amazing on here. Keep It in Motion is great. John the Croc is great. Really, really good album. Really like it a lot. Fantastic. Okay, so that was number 24. Okay, at number 23, it's the band's third album, Self-Inflicted Aerial Nostalgia from 1989. And this is the album where the band actually starts sounding like Guided by Voices. Early stuff, they were, you know, really trying to find their way, and maybe we're listening to a little bit too much REM and early Genesis, but here we hear the real Guided by Voices sound emerging. And wow, what great songs on here. Paper Girl, Navigating Flood Regions, Earful of Wax, Trampoline, Short on Posters, but it's Liar's Tale. Oh my goodness, Liar's Tale is one of the best songs I've ever heard in my entire life, and it's right here on this here album. So that's number 23. Okay, oh, let's push these up. Okay, here we go. All right, at number 22, boys and girls, it's a newer one. This from 2022, it's Crystal Nuns Cathedral. I love this album. I think it's a fun little record. There's only 12 songs on here, so, you know, this period of the band, we're starting to, you know, experiment with some longer song lengths, and it works. It works really, really well. You got songs like Huddled, I-City, Mad River Man, which is great because the Mad River is like 2 miles from my house, and Mad River Mountain's like 3 miles from my house, so I love it. Very, very good record. This latest version of the band has been super prolific and putting out albums like that. I don't mind not one little bit. At number 21, the very first of this new version of the band what was it? From 2017, they actually put out August by Cake. It was their 24th album overall. And like I said, it's the first album with this lineup. So Bob does the unthinkable. He puts out a double album and he lets all the members of the band contribute songwriting and singing. So there's, you know, everybody's singing, everybody's playing, everybody's writing songs. So you got 5 different songwriters on this album, 5 different lead singers on this album. Yeah, Kevin March comes through with some great material. Overloaded is amazing. Bobby Bear Jr., High Fivers Hall of Fame, what a great track. Doug Gillard, Deflect Project. Mark Shue has a great song, Absent the Man. But of course, like usual, it's the Robert Pollard songs that steal the show. Packing the Dead Zone, Cheap Buttons, It's Food, fantastic. August by Cake. Yeah, so that's at number 21, boys and girls. And at number 20, oh, this is a good one. A very underrated album, their 33rd album overall. The 10th album from this version of the band came out in 2021. And it's Earthman Blues. It's a concept album. And we don't get a lot of those from Guided by Voices. I think we've had, what, a grand total of 2, right? Same Place The Fly Got Smashed and Earthman Blues. Wow, I love this album. Dirty Kid School, Lights Out in Memphis, Egypt, Free Agents, fantastic. I really, really enjoy this record. Kind of autobiographical, you know, Robert Pollard's childhood and going back to school and all that stuff. That's number 20. At number 19, a rarity in the Guided by Voices discography. It's an album that Robert Pollard didn't do the album cover for. It's Mirrored Aztec, and this album is fantastic, man. I love it. It unearths an old GBV track, Bunko Man, that I love. Math Rock is one of the coolest songs ever. I love that. Party Rages On, Citizen's Bliss, just really, really great. The artwork is fantastic. It's a gatefold, which most of the recent albums have not been gatefolds. Yeah, if you want one album from this current version of the band, this wouldn't be a bad choice, but there's a couple more I like more. Yeah, number 18, man. Oh, this is a good one. This is from one of the reunion albums. It's Motivational Jumpsuit, and I just love this album, man. It's got so many callbacks to old GBV. Songs like Planet Score sound exactly like it could have come off of Alien Lanes. Writer's Block, Alex and the Omegas. Tobin's doing some good songs here. Jupiter Spin, Shine, what was that? Tomahawk Breath. Really, really great. I love it. Fantastic album. Typical Guided by Voices, but, you know, fantastic stuff. At number 17, oh, yeah, another double album. Don't have too many in the Guided by Voices catalog, but here's one. It's called Zeppelin Over China. And this thing's crazy, man. There are so many tracks on it. There's like 32 songs on here, man, and they're all really, really good. Step of the Wave, Rally Boys, Question of the Test, Hearing Department, and of course, My Future in Barcelona, man. Those are all great songs, and it's a little longer album, but it's totally worth it. Why wouldn't it be worth it? It's Guided by Voices. At number 16, oh, the album I've been waiting for. It's Tonics and Twisted Chasers. I've been wanting this on vinyl forever, and they just reissued it. Thank God I had it on CD years ago, and I've always loved this album. So many great tracks. This actually should have been the first Airport 5 album, but there wasn't an Airport 5 yet, so it's just Bob Pollard and Tobin Sprout, and it's amazing. So many great songs on here. I love it. Got the lyrics on the back, old school. Oh, yeah. I guess originally this was just like a fan club type of release. Not, you know, a mainline release. But, hey, I am following Wikipedia, and it considers this an actual Guided by Voices album. So I do, too, at number 15. Maybe one of the bigger surprises in my ranking. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I love Tremblers and Goggles by Rank. I think it's a phenomenal album. I think it's a prog album. There's only 10 songs on here, which, to a prog rocker, that sounds like a lot of songs. But, if you're used to, Bob Pollard's short little song snippets, 10 songs, it's like, wow, there's like a 4-minute song in it. There's like a 5-minute song in it. What? Those are like prog epics for indie. But Lizard on the Red Brick Wall opens this album. Then you get Alex Bell. Then you get Unproductive Funk. And then you get Roosevelt's Marching Band. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it just doesn't stop. The whole album is amazing. Really, really like it. Maybe a little surprising to find it this high, but I contend that it deserves that placement at number 14. Yeah, let's go with the band's 16th album and their last album before they took a little hiatus in 2012, or 2004, then came back in 2012. My bad, it's Half Smiles of the Decomposed. Oh, yeah, I remember this album came out. I was locked up, so I didn't get to hear it until they released me, and I ran out to the record store and bought it, and I was not disappointed. Everybody thinks I'm a rain cloud when I'm not looking. Sleepover Jack, oh, such a fun song. Girls of Wild Strawberry, Windows of My World, just phenomenal. Up in Prairie Flying Field. Just a great, great, great album. I love it. Okay. Oh, man. I got vinyl everywhere here. This is getting a little bit insane. But at number 13, we are going to the reunion albums one last time. And the best of them was the Bears for Lunch. This was overall the band's 19th studio album. The third album with that reunion group when, we brought all the Tobin Sprouts of the world back into the band and we put out a few albums. This is the best one of them. Just a phenomenal album. At times, this does sound like classic GBV with songs like Dome Rust and Finger Gang, White Flag, so good. She Lives in an Airport, and Tobin Sprout's got a couple great songs here, Waving at Airplanes and Waking Up the Stars. Phenomenal. The Bears for Lunch at number 13. At number 12, one I think a lot of people will probably be a little upset with me about ranking it this low, but I've got Vampire on Titus, and it's not because I hate Vampire on Titus, it's just because it's guided by voices, man, and they have so many great, great, great songs. But, be that as it may, Vampire on Titus is a weird album. It sounds really off. I mean, after Propeller, kind of was getting into that sweet spot. They decided to go all lo-fi, and it's just an ugly record. It's produced terribly, but the songs just shine through on here, man. Dusted, Marchers in Orange, Sot, Non-Absorbing, Wished I Was a Giant. Fantastic, amazing. This is kind of like, if you wanted to describe the genius of Guided by Voices in one album, this might be it, because either you get it or you don't get it. And that's kind of this band, right? Okay, at number 11. I love this album, and I am so happy that it's this high in the ranking. It's the new one, man. It's the Strut of Kings. I adore this thing. This is just a really, really good album. Great album cover, good artwork, good songs. Show Me the Castle opens it up, and you got great songs like Serene King and Caveman Running Naked. But my favorite song on here is Fictional Environmental Dream. Just so good when Robert does those multi-part, songs. Amazing. I love it, man. Their 40th album is this good. Wow. Okay, now it's time for the top 10, boys and girls. Top 10 Guided by Voices albums. At number 10, oh yeah, I've got Space Gun from 2018. Whenever Pollard decides he is only going to do one album in a year, it's usually really good. Well, Strut of Kings proves that. Apparently, that's going to be the only Guided by Voices album for 2024. Same thing applied for Space Gun. It was the only album in 2018. And it really benefits from that. It's like an edited version of everything they've been doing. Only every song on here is phenomenal. See My Field, King Flute, Colonel Paper, Sport Component National. It's good. It's great. Everything on here is great. I love Space Gun. Definitely the best of this version of the band, this new version with Bobby Bear and Doug Gillard, Kevin Marsh, Mark Shue. Yeah, check it out if you haven't heard Space Gun. I absolutely love this album. At number 9. Oh, these albums just get so good from here, man. It almost hurts. It's Earthquake Glue. Oh, from 2003. Their second album, back on Matador, after they flirted with the majors. And yeah, greatness all the way through this album, man. My Kind of Soldier, Useless Inventions, Secret Star, and possibly my favorite Guided by Voices song is on here. That's the best of Jill Highs, man. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that track, does it? Okay, that's number 9. At number 8, another one that I might get killed on, but I got Propeller at number 8. That's how good this band is, man. This is a reissue. Your boy can't afford one of the originals. Apparently they're going for like $6,000, $7,000 each. I can't afford that. This will do just fine. But every song on here is great, man. Over the Neptune, Mesh Gear Fox, Weed King, Quality of Armor, Metal Mothers, Lethargy, Unleash, The Large-Hearted Boy, Exit Flagger, and on and on. Every track is a keeper. This is the album that Bob was going to say was going to, propel the band to the top. It was tongue-in-cheek. He knew it wasn't going to happen. But secretly, certain people sent this record out to certain people that mattered. And before you know it, Guided by Voices was a thing. And now at number 7, oh yeah, from 2002 is Universal Truths and Cycles. And this was the album that I caught them on tour the first time. I seen them twice on this tour. The first time they played every song on the album. Just amazing. The songs on here, man. Every song on here is great. I could just go through this whole track list, but I'm only going to talk about the ones that I absolutely love. Christian Animation, Torch Carriers, Back to the Lake, Everywhere with Helicopter, and then it starts with the best 30-second song in the history of mankind called Wire Greyhounds. This is a phenomenal album. Kind of splits the difference between the lo-fi stuff they were doing back in the day and the more hi-fi or mid-fi stuff they were doing when they were on a major. So this is kind of like the sweet spot right in the middle, and I absolutely love it. At number 6, oh yeah, it's their prog masterpiece. It's Mag Earwig. What a weird album this is, man. After Bob kind of blew up the classic lineup, he brings in Doug Gillard and some guys from Cleveland in a band called Cobra Verde, and they come up with a prog rock masterpiece, man. Oh, I love every song on here. Can't Hear the Revolution, Sad If I Lost It, I Am a Tree, Portable Men's Society, Learning to Hunt, The Finest Joke, Now to War, Jane of the Waking Universe, Mute Superstar, Bomb and the Bee. Have every song. Just great. Phenomenal. Mag Earwig from 1997. The band's 11th album. Okay, and now at number... Oh, we're in the top 5. No way. At number 5, oh yeah, from 2001, it's Bob's divorce album. Isolation Drills, the second album they put out on a major label. And this one's got more of a rockin' sound to it than its predecessor, Do the Claps. But I love this album. I think it's fantastic. It's got a little bit of meat to it, right? It's not just the plunking around a little, but this thing definitely got a little bit of Stones to it. Songs like Chasing Heather Crazy, The Enemy, Glad Girls, Pivotal Film, The Brides Have Hit Glass. Come on, man. Come on, man. Isolation Drills. It's amazing. Okay, at number 4. How is this album at number 4? Oh, this band is too good, man. From 1996, I'm going with Under the Bushes, Under the Stars. Oh, what a phenomenal album. This album was originally supposed to be produced by Steve Albini, and then Bob was hanging around with Kim Deal, and she was going to have a hand at it. In the end, they kind of had tracks from different places, and it all fits together really nicely. The production here is maybe slightly better than the two that came before it, but it's still got that weird Guided by Voices lo-fi sound. Incredible. I love it. So many great songs on here. The Cutout Witch is on here, man. Just incredible. Bright Paper Werewolves, Lords of Overstock, Your Name is Wild. Look at Them. Don't Stop Now. But probably my favorite song on here is Red Men and Their Wives. Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. What a great album. At number 3, from 1999, the despised Rick Ocasek produced Do the Collapse. People that don't like this album are dead wrong, man. And there's a whole bunch of you out there. There's a whole bunch of you Guided by Voices fans that don't like Do the Collapse. How can you not like this album, man? Come on. You don't like the Cars? Really? You don't like the Cars? Really? Seriously. How can you not like this? It's got 16 of the best songs you will ever hear in your life. Teenage FBI, Zoo Pie, Things I Will Keep, Hold On Hope, In Stitches, Surgical Focus, Optical Hopscotch, Mushroom Art, Wormhole, Liquid Indian, Picture Me Big Time, an unmarketed product. All 16 songs are amazing, and they had an EP that they recorded the same time they recorded this, and that's great too, man. Just incredible. That's my number 3. Without a doubt, it's fantastic. If you guys disagree with me, you're dead wrong. Okay, at number 2, the big debate always rages about 1 and 2, right? Well, at number 2, I got my wife's favorite Guided by Voices album. It's Alien Lanes. I can't argue with her. It's perfect. Every song on here is amazing. I just happen to like one album just a slight bit better, a little bit more, because this album's got X Supermodel on it, and I don't like that song. But every other song on here I love, man. A Salty Salute, Watch Me Jumpstart, As We Go Up, We Go Down, Game of Pricks, Closer to You, Auditorium, Motor Away, My Valuable Hunting Knife, and on it goes. Striped White Jets, Blimsko 90, Chicken Blows, My Son Cool. Yeah, it's perfect. Apparently, Bob got an advance for this, and he split the money with all the members in the band evenly. I wouldn't have done that. That was nice. That was really nice of him. He got a $250,000 advance, and he gave each member of the band $50K when he's the band. What a good guy Robert Pollard is. He's a better man than I am. So, yeah, you know what's at number 1. You do, and I do. Everybody does. It's one of the greatest albums in the history of mankind. It's B-1000. Yeah, I got the Pollard autograph on there. Sure I do. Why not? This album here, though, man. Buzzards and Dreadful Crows, Hardcore UFOs, Tractor Rape Chain, Echoes Myron, Peephole, You're Not an Airplane, Her Psychology Today, Gold Star for Robot Boy, and I'm forgetting I Am a Scientist. This was the album that got me into Guided by Voices. I heard I Am a Scientist on WVUM in Miami, and I ran out and bought this right away, and I've been a fan ever since. I love them so much. I love Guided by Voices. I love you guys. Just remember, peace in the Middle East, free the Ukraine, free Tibet, free Willie, and God save the king. Oh, save King Chucky. Yeah, King Chucky needs that saving right now. That son gun got that cancer. Bring that cotton picker to America. Oh, yeah. Make him swim. Oh, make him swim to America. Exercise will do him a whole world of good, and then we'll do spells and incantations. Our prayer warriors are working 24/7 for that boy. Absolutely. We're going to drink some poison. That's not going to work. But you know what's going to work? Billy Bob, bust out them snakes. Oh, no, the snakes are going to come get me. Oh, no, they're dancing with snakes. Oh, yeah, but they're not going to get me because I got the Spirit of the Lord in me. Oh, and I know the Spirit of the Lord is in Robert Pollard, too. Oh, I love you guys. I'll see you later this week when I talk to Graham Gouldman from 10cc. That's going to be awesome. I love you. Peace.